up. We gotta check for utilities under here.
There's nothing here but dirt and rocks and some water. I've been working here all week long. There's nothing here. Come on. We can make some money on this job today.
Louis, please. We haven't got the approval to dig here yet. The boss said we can't dig until we call DigSafe.
Hi, John. This is Tom here. Listen, I didn't mean to bother you at home. I just wanted to make sure this bill I got for my liability is not a mistake. It's twice as much as it was last year. It is, right? How can that be? That job site accident? The one where the backhoe operator screwed up? Oh, yeah. I remember now.
Louis, stop! Stop! Stop!
I've been digging holes since you were in diapers, sir. Don't tell me how to do my job. Why don't you go back and do your own job over there someplace? I can handle this one.
Okay, Louis, dig yourself to China. I'm out of here. I guess I should have made the smart call to DigSafe.
Yeah, I remember now, John. Look, is there anything I can do to get my old insurance rate back? Nothing, huh? I know. That's what I told him. Always call DigSafe before you dig.
The Smart Call. The call to DigSafe. Just below our feet, unseen and unimagined by most of us, there is a maze of modern engineering and inspiration. From what seems like some sort of underground superstructure, we all tap into a universe of services: clean water, telecommunications, fuels, electricity. We want access to everything from the hottest site on the internet to a hot shower in the morning, and we're getting it. What's more, we're making sure it's safe for the people who are bringing it all to us, bringing us a world of essential services, an underground world that often remains invisible.
Hard work, careful planning, and modern construction standards allow us to enjoy a world where we simply don't see all the pipes and wires and cables and other connections that provide all the services we tend to take for granted.
Experienced contractors and service providers know that while the results of their work may often go unseen by the general public, the work they do provides the critical links to the infrastructure of our modern world. They also know that they have a special obligation to protect themselves, their coworkers, and their communities from harm. Their workplace environment can be dangerous. Unseen hazards may lurk below the surface of the soil. Accidents do happen. That's why law, or logic, requires anyone who plans to perform work that could possibly damage underground utilities anywhere in our area to make sure that it's safe. Anyone? Anyone.
Anyone that's going to be doing any excavation, whether it be a homeowner or a contractor, must call DigSafe first.
In Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Maine, you should either make official notification or seek information before you dig, trench, blast, demolish, bore, backfill, grade, landscape, or move the earth in any other way.
The state laws in Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont require excavators to call before they dig. And by calling DigSafe, they satisfy that requirement of the state law.
Bob Finelli is the executive director of DigSafe System, Inc. DigSafe is the computer-integrated system of information retrieval and data processing that allows prospective New England excavators to meet their legal obligation to notify member utilities with a single telephone call.
DigSafe recorder line, may I help you?
Yes, I wonder if you could help me. I'm going to be having a well drilled, and what would be the procedure?
Do you have a contract number, sir?
We make the job for the excavator easier where they have to place that one telephone call, which is a toll-free number. There's no fee to the contractor whatsoever to use the system. All fees are paid for by the member utility companies. So there really is no reason why a call should not be made to DigSafe.
You're drilling a well? How deep?
60 feet.
Once the utilities receive the notification from DigSafe, they are required by state law to respond in either 48 or 72 hours, depending on the state that they're in, and depending if it's an emergency situation or not.
DigSafe is able to access accurate information regarding the status of sites throughout the 5-state region it serves. While DigSafe does not come out on site itself to mark the location of underground utilities, it will take the information provided by callers and pass that information along to member utilities.
Any underground facilities must then be marked by the owner or maintainer of the facilities. And again, while DigSafe will not mark locations itself, it has adopted the color coding system that's used to identify the various types of underground facilities, along with additional symbols to specify a particular utility or service, its location, and its function.
And in a world where failure to perform legally and responsibly can prove disastrous, both for people and for the financial worth of companies, making that single call to DigSafe becomes much more important than simply meeting the legal requirements.
There are a lot of utilities that are underground these days, and if you don't notify DigSafe, there could be some problems damaging the utility, resulting in, if we hit a gas line, there could be a fire. Water lines, rupturing water lines, and the result being on the costly damage to the utility plus the downtime that the contractor would have. So it's very important that we do call DigSafe.
Experienced professionals throughout New England have come to see DigSafe as a trusted partner. DigSafe is an important resource for both excavators and utilities, helping them avoid the high cost of workplace accidents or delays.
I don't think they could have come up with anything that was any easier to use. It saves lives, it saves homes. Before DigSafe came into play, we had home explosions happening. People were getting hurt. People were being blown off their trucks because they hit high power lines. Now all they have to do is make one simple call to DigSafe, and it's marked and they know where everything is.
DigSafe is the authoritative one-stop source that speeds up the process of compliance with rules and requirements.
Without them, it's almost impossible because you're digging blind, and why take the risk if there's someone out there to make your job a little easier?
DigSafe serves a clearinghouse kind of function. It simplifies and streamlines the process, and it minimizes the possible hazards that can be encountered.
Without DigSafe and without the cooperation of the different utility companies to be members of DigSafe and to come out there and mark, I don't think we could even start the project, start excavating.
So, are you ready to make that call? Great.
DigSafe recorded line, may I help you?
Yes, I wonder if you could help me.
Please be prepared to answer a short series of questions about yourself and your project. You should have your ID number handy if you're a contractor. You should know the type of work to be done, some details on the location where the work's to be done, and when you want the work to be done.
And that's private property, sir?
Please don't call DigSafe before you're ready. That means don't call during your preliminary project engineering design studies and surveys. And please don't call DigSafe with requests to relocate or remove facilities. In Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Rhode Island, the toll-free number to call for the DigSafe call center is 1-888-DIGSAFE, D-I-G-S-A-F-E. The DigSafe call center records all incoming and outgoing messages and operates Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with off-hours coverage for emergencies only. Callers will also be given a special DigSafe number to acknowledge their call.
The underground workings of all the ways we take advantage of the modern conveniences and comforts may well be unseen and unappreciated by most of us, but those in the know that it's all down there somewhere. And they know that before they broke the ground to build it all, they made the smart call, the call to DigSafe.
The specific legal requirements of state law vary somewhat from state to state within our region, with distinct timeframes, procedures, and penalties. DigSafe will be able to provide callers with detailed information over the phone and with informative pamphlets by mail about what's required in each state: Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Maine. Here are the requirements of state law in Massachusetts. Who is required to provide notification? All excavators. Which excavation areas require notification? Public ways and private property. Who is required to participate in the system? Gas, electric, telephone, cable television, and private water companies. What are the notification time requirements? A minimum of 72 hours, except on weekends and holidays, to a maximum of 30 days, and emergency situations as soon as possible. The response time required of utilities is 72 hours. The notification time for unanticipated blasting after initial notification is 4 hours. Remark notification is required within 24 hours. What are the violation penalties? A first offense is $500. Subsequent offenses are $1,000 to $5,000. Is pre-marking required? In the state of Massachusetts, pre-marking is required.